Okay, so getting back into our coverage over the X-Men, we're going to pick up with Uncanny X-Men issue number 322. Now, with issue number 322, we're getting into the idea of working our way up to the Onslaught saga with the whole idea of the Juggernaut being defeated by, well, Onslaught. And you see what I mean as we go through today's storyline, but we have to transition over to Archangel first to kind of get reminded of what the world is like right now when it comes to our heroes after Age of Apocalypse. And so for Archangel, we're seeing him meeting up with a character known as Detective Jones. Now, when it comes to Detective Jones, her and Archangel had dated in the earlier parts of our coverage over the X-Men. When it came to Archangel, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, and Beast, when they were still part of the whole X-Factor team, you had Archangel date her for a very short period of time. Now, here's the thing. When he had rejoined the X-Men, he had technically moved on and, of course, fallen in love with Psylocke. And so for Detective Jones, she does kind of have some hatred towards Archangel because he technically just disappeared and never called her for like 4 months straight. But she called him out because she needs his help with some kind of situation. And so when he does arrive, he realized that one, she's still mad at him, but two, you now have humans begin to hate on mutants even more. And here's the reason why, because as we saw in X-Men Prime, you had Trish Tilby tell the entire world that, hey, listen, the legacy virus is the big thing going on right now. And originally it was only attacking mutants, but now it's attacking humans as well. And so for the humans, they're kind of like, oh, this brand new virus had just popped up because of the mutants. And now there's a possibility that we can die. And so you now have the humans begin to hate on the mutants even more. And so because of that, you have Archangel alive and you have some police officers wanting to shoot him or possibly just kill him because of what he is, because he is a mutant. Now for Detective Jones, she has to show Archangel what had happened inside this facility because she believes that this attack was done by mutants as well, to kind of hint at the idea that mutants and humans are now going to war. And right now, both sides are okay with the idea of attacking one another. And so you have Detective Jones show Archangel what happened in this building, but unfortunately, we don't get the chance to see what is being shown to him. But now we have to transition over to Storm. Now, technically, we're going to use Storm as a way to explain what's going on with two different X-Men characters, starting off with Gambit. Now, like we saw in X-Men Prime, when it comes to Gambit, unfortunately, he's in a coma. And the reason why, because at the end of Legion Quest, you had Gambit and Rogue kiss one another because they believed the world was going to end. Now, technically it did, but thanks to Bishop, the world was saved. And so when Kane and Rogue and Gambit, they still kiss, and it put Gambit in a coma, and you had Rogue run away because she was then able to look into his mind, and apparently she saw something in there. But either way for Rogue, she's also now missing. Now, for Wolverine, he's also there at the school of Charles Xavier, but he's hiding out in the woods. And the reason why, because, well, there's two reasons why. The first is that because of Sabretooth. Because of Sabretooth right now staying in the school of Charles Xavier, because Charles believes that he has the ability to fix the mind of Sabretooth. For Wolverine, he does not want to stay inside the building at all as long as Sabretooth is around. But also, it's Wolverine telling Storm that he feels like he is changing into an animal, becoming more savage and less manlike. Now, before Storm is able to continue on with this conversation, you have Siren appear because at this point in time, X-Force is staying with the X-Men. But apparently, Cable and Charles Xavier had just finished a conversation about something very important, and now they want to see everybody. And so you have Storm Lee, Wolverine, behind. Now, this begins the whole idea of us getting into the Onslaught saga very soon. And the reason why I'm saying that, because while you have Bishop and also Beast leaving the movies, out of nowhere, they see something falling out of the sky. Now, that something, or really someone, does crash through the entire area they are in, just wiping out the entire street. And so for Bishop and also Beast, they got to see what in the world is going on. And so when they go to the crash site, they find the Juggernaut. But here comes the big problem. The Juggernaut is supposed to be an unstoppable force. Well, something did stop him and sent him flying across the country, because apparently he was in Canada, on the other side of Canada, but now he's in New Jersey. What in the world had hit him that hard? But before we're able to learn more about that, we have to see what Jean Grey is up to. Really, Jean Grey and Cyclops, because you have the two characters paying a visit over to her parents, where you have Jean Grey informing her father that her sister, his other daughter, is dead. Now, we had learned that back in the Phalanx Covenant storyline, and technically it was Marvel just trying their best to tie up some loose ends, because her sister went missing a long time ago. I mean, like the early days of X Factor, when it was Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Beast, and Angel. And so with her being missing for so long, it kind of seemed like Marvel had completely forgotten about her. And then someone said, hey, did we ever wrap that up? And they did say, hey, she was killed off by Karen Hodge a long time ago. But it's Jean Grey telling her father, like, hey, listen, she died. And really for her father, he kind of already knew. It's the whole idea of parents knowing that there's something wrong with their child. And so you do have him walk away, but you can tell that this man is officially broken about the idea of losing his daughter. Now, Cyclops, he was there as well, but you do have Cyclops and Jean leave to head back home. But while they are leaving, they don't notice that they're being watched by some mysterious character. Now, apparently, this character is very impressed by our heroes. The whole idea that they have gone through a lot in their entire life, but they still push forward, but also how they came together to make a strong relationship. And he's kind of hoping they stay strong for what's to come down the road. And we have no idea who this character is. Now, the rest of this issue is really more of us just seeing Beast, Bishop, and also Psylocke trying their best to figure out what exactly happened to the Juggernaut. Now, he does wake up. When he does wake up, he goes on a rampage. But you do have Beast and Bishop and also Psylocke kind of work together to bring him back down once again. Honestly, it's kind of cool for Bishop because this is his first time meeting the Juggernaut, and you have Bishop being able to bring him down. But after doing that, you have all three characters as Juggernaut like, hey, what happened to you? And he said, hey, I was in Canada, but apparently now I'm in New Jersey, where it hit me and we fly across the entire country. But you have Beast ask him like, who hit you? What hit you? And so the book ends on the note saying, Onslaught. And so this begins our coverage leading into that event with this one book alone. But with that being said, guys, please leave me a like down below and subscribe. But guys, see y'all next time. Later.